So how does testing for the next belt level in our program work? Okay, obviously this is a long distance course. Okay, and the point is we wanted to give students the opportunity to test through the belt levels. If they don't want to, they don't have to, but we do highly recommend this. And the reason why is because students are going to go ahead and get feedback. Okay, we're going to go ahead and be able to critique that test and talk to the student and say, hey, look, you did this really well, you did this really well, we need to work on this and this and this. So next belt level, let's focus more on this when we review these materials, okay? So, again, it's a fantastic way to go ahead and get some critique. It's also a great way for students to build confidence. It's great for students to set goals and accomplish those goals, okay? There's a lot to it. I do see a lot of benefits behind the belt test. So the question is, how do we do belt tests in our program, okay? It's actually very simple, okay? First of all, throughout the DVDs, throughout the course, we're going to have different exercises and drills where I'm going to be talking to the students saying, okay, we're going to do this drill. Now, I want you to practice this because eventually this is going to be on the belt test, okay? We've got this exercise. I want you doing this, this, and this. Now, remember this because this is going to be on the belt test. And students are going to be practicing this. They're going to be drilling it. So they're going to be doing this over and over again. And when they're finished with the material, okay, they have the option to do extra workouts. But if they want to test, they can. The last DVD has a white belt test, okay, testing for the yellow belt. It's a mock test, okay? And on this test, myself and one of my assistant instructors, we actually do the test so the students can see what the yellow belt test looks like, okay? So, very simply, students watch that, they see it, they've seen the drills, they've seen the exercises, they've already been doing these techniques, and now, okay, they're going to put it together. They're going to do this, 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 this. They now know what they're going to do. In our textbook, we also have it laid out. Okay, so the student can practice more. They can do more workouts. If they want to go ahead and test now, they can. Okay, the way they're going to do that is they're going to be filmed. Okay, and they could do it as simply as putting a camera on a tripod and pushing record and then standing in front of it. That's fine. Or someone else, a friend, a family member, could go ahead and videotape them as well. Okay, point is they need to be videotaped. They need to do the drills and the exercises that we talked about, and then that video, or DVD, or however you want to send it to us, needs to be sent to us, and myself and my staff, we're going to go ahead and critique it and evaluate it. Okay, now, here's the thing. That video cannot be edited. Okay, what I mean by that is the student can't go ahead and record a little bit of them doing a test and then stopping, and then taking a break, and then doing a little bit more, and then stopping, and then doing a little bit more and stopping. No. You've got to do the entire test in its full totality, okay? You can make a mistake here or there, but if you make too many mistakes, and we talk about this, you have to stop and you have to redo the test, okay? So very simply, turn the camera off, practice a little bit, and then push record, start doing the test all over again, okay? And the point is, I don't care if you mess up once, you mess up 10 times, whatever, as long as you go ahead and do it, and you do it in the time allotted, and you do it with the amount of techniques that we want to see and all that stuff, go ahead, when that's finished, send that to us, okay? Now, I've had some people complain and actually go ahead and criticize this, and I always laugh when I hear this, okay? I've had some people say, well, Master Purcell, that's not like a real martial arts test. A real test, if students mess up 3 times, they fail the test and they can't retest for another week or month or however long it is. Your students, you don't know. They might have gotten it perfect the first time, or they might have practiced it 87 times and messed up 87 times. You only saw the 88th test, and on the 88th test, they did a really good job. But what about those other 87 tests that they messed up on? I always laugh when I hear this, okay? And I've heard it a number of times, okay? You kind of proved my point for me. If the student practices it 87 times, they practiced it 87 times. I don't care if the student gets it the first time or the 157th time. I don't care. All I care about is, did the student get it? Did they learn the material? Okay, if they did, then they deserve their next belt level. Okay? So, that's how the test works. Make sure you don't go ahead and edit it because I want to see it from start to finish. Okay? And that's that. Send that to us. Okay? And then, again, myself, my staff, we're going to go through it. We're going to critique it. Okay? And we're going to say, hey, you did good here, here, and here. But, hey, let's go back to the round kick, or let's go back to this technique. Look at the book. And when you start on the next material, when you start on the yellow belt program, and we review the round kick, or we review this, go ahead and spend a little more time here. Let's make this part a little more crisp. We can make this technique better by doing this. Okay, so that's how the testing works. Now, there is one test that you cannot do it long distance, okay? And that is the test for black belt, okay? That is a long ways away, okay? Our program, the minimum amount of time the student can go from white belt to black belt is 5 years. That's the minimum amount of time, okay? There are some martial arts schools that you can get a black belt in a year. I don't like that at all. I think that makes it so that a black belt is not that impressive, okay? In our program, it's very simple. A black belt takes a while to get, and when you earn it, you have earned it and you deserve it, period, okay? So, the point is, all the color belts, and again, we've got a lot of color belts, all of those tests can be done through video. The one test that needs to be in person with me is that black belt test. The point is, after 5 years or longer, okay, however long you've been doing this program, okay, that student I'm going to want to meet. I know I'm going to want to meet them even after the first test, okay? But I hope they're going to want to meet me too. We're going to work something out. We're going to figure out a way for me to either go over to where you guys are or vice versa. Have you come up to my martial arts school. If money is an issue, we'll find a way for you to even spend the night at my martial arts school. I don't care, okay? The point is we're going to find a way to make it affordable to get you in and to get you to test for your black belt in person with me, okay? So that is the test that you have to do with me. Every other belt test, and again, for at least 5 years, you can do it through the videos, through the DVDs, however you want to do it, however you want to send me those. As long as I get those videos, I can go ahead and critique them, I can edit them, I can look at them, I can go ahead and talk to you about your progress and all that, okay? So that's how our testing works. And again, we found that it works fantastically well. Students are learning our material exceptionally well.